Today, we are going to talk about strategy for NEET UG and NEET PG. This is for both NEET UG and NEET PG. Now, we are going to use probability and try to give you a better strategy to answer your questions. This will be helpful for someone who have made too many wrongs. If you think you're losing too many marks in negative, you can use this strategy and how to eliminate strategically. For example, for both NEET UG and NEET PG, a correct answer has +4. A wrong answer has -1. Okay. Probability wise, if you are choosing A, B, C, D, for example, in this four options, if one of them is the answer, is 25%, one out of four. Okay. Now, for example, let me say if we eliminate A, so the answer should be B, C, or D. So it is 1 in 3. It is 33%. Okay. 33%. Now, if we randomly choose, it is 25%. If we at least eliminate one option, it is 33%. Now to illustrate my point, there are like total 180 questions in NEET UG. So I will take 6 questions as example. 6 questions you are not sure. You don't know how to answer these 6 questions. You'll be like I make lots of mistakes. So what you do, you just leave it blank. So what you get? You get 0 marks. But instead of doing that, you do strategic elimination. 33%, you follow the 33% rule. 33%, you eliminate one option. So if you eliminate one option, 33% of six questions, 2 questions. You can get 2 corrects, okay? So you get 2 corrects, 4 wrongs. So you have 4 marks, -1, -1, -1, -1. It is 8 minus 4, that's 4. Instead of getting 0 marks, you are getting additional 4 marks. It's like you get one question correct. Now, if you are eliminating 2 options, you are saying A and B is not the answer. You are sure, like so sure that A and B are not the answer. You are confusing between C and D. It's 50%. So 50%. In 6 questions, you get 3 correct. The first three. In 6 questions, the first three is correct and the next three is wrong. So 4, 4, 4, -1, -1, -1. It is 12 minus 3, 9. Question, 9 marks. So before you had for 0 marks, now you have 4 marks, then you have 9 marks. Obviously, the third option, the last one, if you eliminate 3, obviously this one is 100%. If you can eliminate 2 options, just go for it. It is always a positive trade. 50% of a gamble is a good gamble in this case. Specifically in this case, it is good. Now, normally, this is just pure mathematics. You're like saying A, B, C, D. You're saying this is in A, B, C, D. You're saying A is not the answer. But you can, in B, C, D, you can use your clinical knowledge or the knowledge you have. So you can most probably say like C is the right answer. You have a lot of push. You are not randomly choosing between B, C, and D. If you are giving some kind of preference based on the knowledge and information you have. So it is always more than 33%. Okay. In best case scenario, if you eliminate one option and if you use your clinical knowledge, it is the best. You can just go for it. So the worst case scenario, let's talk about the worst case scenario. You don't know the question. You didn't study well. You don't know the question and you don't know the answer. You don't know anything. You can't even eliminate. You have no idea. If you have no idea about anything, you'll select randomly. If you select randomly, you'll select like A, B, C, D. The odds of you continuously getting right is so it is not possible. So what you'll do, you'll get 5 wrongs. -1, -1, -1, -1, minus. Then you'll get a +1. Let's like +1. So at the end of the day, you lose a mark. Instead of getting a 0, you get a -1. That is the worst case scenario. This is 16%, okay? Actually getting this is 16%. So what is the short conclusion is, if you have no idea, if you didn't study anything, you can't eliminate anything. So just ignore, don't do it. If you can eliminate one question, like sorry, not question, one option, and with clinical knowledge, just go for it. It's worth it. And if you eliminate one option, but you don't have any clinical knowledge to choose a preference, just maybe you may get wrong, may get right. It's like It's not an. It's a fine deal. It's not a good deal. It's not a bad deal. It's a fine deal. If you can do minimum two elimination or more than two elimination, just go for it. It is always a victory. Always win. This kind of strategy, this kind of strategy, instead of getting a 680, if you follow the strategy, it will give you some average, it will give you like 20 marks, it will bring you to 700. At that point, every mark is important, clusters like 500 to 600. Everyone will be in this spot. So you can get the additional push. 20 marks is five questions right. You have to choose five questions right. If you are a UG, it is like units and measurements. If you are PG, it's like psychiatry, anesthesia, this kind of short subject. Hope it will be useful for you. If anyone find it interesting, send it to your NEET UG and NEET PG